Okay, I think it's time to begin. I see that some amount of people already joined us. Whoever would like to join us later will join us later. So far, let's begin. First of all, welcome to this amazing webinar, everybody, that we will do in the chain of RPA webinars on behalf of Giants. First of all, I wanted to mention that we have some specific rules of this webinar. This webinar is non-technical, meaning that it is dedicated to people who are only interested in exploring RPA topic, in exploring the benefits of RPA, and of course, interested in RPA culture. Business person, I will be speaking at a very straightforward, non-technical language as well. On top of that, I have a few screens over there, so I might look straightforward at you guys. I might look over here because I have also my notes, so that would be absolutely fine. And of course, let's start. Let's talk about our agenda. And let me finally introduce myself. My name is Anastasia, and I am the head of business development here at Giant, a company which is a software RPA vendor, meaning that this company is producing robots, and I know quite a lot about it. So today, our main goal will be to discover RPA technology together and to learn a little bit about an RPA culture. Today, I will tell you how we here at Giant, we used to work with humans and robots alike, how we are making this dream come true for our customers as well. So talking about our daily agenda today, we will talk about what actually RPA is. We will learn how automation culture changes business processes. We will talk a little bit about the software RPA platform user experience. And of course, I will explain to you how to do your very first steps in RPA. Okay, first of all, I wanted to discuss with you what actually RPA is. I believe that for many of us, it's still a mysterious topic. Mysterious because RPA became a kind of buzzword on the market, just like OCI, big data, RPA, Bitcoin, blockchain, all together. So everybody heard about it. It is extremely trendy, but nobody knows exactly what is that and how to use it. Well, in fact, RPA is a kind of new innovative technology on the market. RPA as a technology was invented only 5-6 years ago in 2015, so I would not say this is still a blue ocean on the market, not anymore, but there are still top 100 companies who do RPA developments, the same as Giant does, and of course other thousands of companies who work like an RPA resellers. Talking about the new culture of RPA, I would say that from our research, from what do we see at the market is becoming more and more demanded. Many companies, especially in those times of financial crisis, they understand that RPA is not a spaceship anymore, that this is a real technology that can be implemented here and now, very helpful one, that can help increasing business effectiveness, accelerating business processes. And it also does not cost like a spaceship. It can be implemented to every single business at a very democratic price. So by the end of the day, what is RPA? What kind of technology is that? Technology that can help us to automate business processes for sure. But what kind of business processes? I would say that the right answer to the question what kind of business process can be automated is any business process can be automated. Anything that human being is doing using the keyboard. Even something very basic like invoicing or payroll or accounting can be automated as well. But the main and the most important rule in robotic process automation is that this process should be repetitive. Meaning, if this is a kind of routine process that you and your teammates are doing every single day, it can be automated. I would say that one of the most important questions that also we receive here at Giants every single week, if is if robots can replace a human being. I believe that it's a very important cultural question if automation can lead to the dehumanization on the market. I would say that we do not think so, because by the end of the day, there is no single business process that can be done without the human touch. On top of that, when robots are focused on repetitive tasks, people can be less tired and more effective. They can focus on more creative or more strategical tasks, which is also important to consider. So software robots at the moment, they revolutionize the way we think about business. They lower the operational cost, they increase employee satisfaction, and decrease the number of errors in simple tasks. As for the employee satisfaction, we will definitely come back to this topic at the second part of our meeting. So far, let's go a little bit deeper into RPA and let's try to investigate this subject together. Let's try to understand what can be the benefits of RPA for every single business. Like I was telling you, that's a kind of universal technology that can be implemented everywhere, that can help you to do up to 40% of the labor costs savings, boosting company efficiency by up to 5 times, increase quality, and of course, do no human error. It can help you to do integration without disturbing legacy systems, implementation at a fraction of the cost, standardized processes, ability to focus on higher level activities, handle larger customer volumes, increase in employee satisfaction. I can continue more and more, but basically you can understand that RPA is a technology that helps businesses benefit a lot, and I would say that return of investments, this is something that is already strongly associated with RPA at the market. Let's talk a little bit about an RPA credo. Of course, it is less work and more results. Remember that robots are the creatures that work 24/7, 365 days per year. They never get tired, they never take sick leaves, they never take days off, and they always work at the same level of motivation. So is robots a perfect employee? Not really, but it's a perfect assistant of a human who helps us to be more productive on a daily basis. On top of that, the use of robots can reduce your headcount costs from 25 to 40%, promising a quick return of investment that I've already mentioned. Employees can now focus on more creative work and devote more time to customers. RPA technology can execute a variety of tasks in a non-distributed way for other processes. Robot can work on all platforms in all applications. Later on, I will tell you a few words over here as well. Robots can precisely measure all the activities they perform, allowing you to analyze each automated process and see the elements that could be improved or simplified. Unlike humans, robots are capable of performing tasks in a standardized way they use every time. So you can now achieve 100% of efficiency every single time. Talking about specific of robots, it's important to mention about common robot tasks. Like I've already mentioned on the very beginning of this webinar, robots can be implemented everywhere. This is a very universal technology that can make every single business beneficial. But by the end of the day, let's go a little bit deeper. There are kind of common robot tasks that we can discuss today. Basically, robots can do any single repetitive processes. I would say that at the end of this webinar, we will have a Q&A session when you can come out with your specific industry, with your specific task, and we will try to investigate together whether it is an automated task or non-automated task. But let's take a look at the common robot task. Robots can do everything from data capturing and entering, sending automatic emails and attachments. Rule basic decision-making also can be done by robots. By the way, it is very curious to know that RPA is a part of artificial intelligence, but unless an AI robots robot feature is not allowed to make its own decision. Let's imagine that you are an accountant and you have hundreds of invoicing on your table every single day. When you're trying to automate this business process, you would like robot to send those invoices and put them into your CRM and nothing else. You do not want this robot to make its own decision. That's why we can say that RPA, it's a very framed task for the robot that was put under the specific rule by the human being. By the end of the day, it works exactly like this. Talking about robot task, we can also add such a repetitive ones as extracting information from scanned documents via the OCR technology pairing, credit and AML checks, filling out application forms, document downloading and attaching, generating reports, and many, many more tasks. Definitely talking about the industrial implementation of RP, we can say that it is universal. One more time, I will be repeating this again and again today. RPA can be implemented everywhere into every single industry. But of course, some of them are the most repetitive, and we can easily guess that people who do automation more often, they're coming from financial sector, they're coming from insurance sector, they're coming from banking, because those guys, they have tons of repetitive, boring job that they can easily automate. And the value of those tasks is so big that RPA gives a really nice results here and now. Talking about the common business areas, we can sum up that RPA can be implemented everywhere, starting from front office and finishing with the back office. It can be implemented for software testing, accounting opening process, insurance or claim processing, call centers, accounts payable, business processes outsourcing, and many, many other industrial areas. Today, I wanted to focus only on 3 of them. Basically, those are the case studies of Giant's customers. In fact, if you would be curious, you can find much more case studies on our webpage, on our YouTube channel. So for today, I prepared for you 3, which are very, very common in my points of view. First of them is the payroll automation process that we have done for the HR department. So this kind of payroll automation was done for our UK-based HR services company. This implementation took us 1 week, and the time spent on that task by the end of the day decreased for this company for 920% per month, which is over than 10% of ROI. Talking about other 2 examples, we can mention a nice case of policy renewal automation for insurance sector. This implementation was done in 9 days. Why do I mention this? For you to understand that RPA is also a technology that can be implemented fast. You should not wait for years to build up this spaceship and launch it into outer space. It doesn't work like this. It takes days, and it gives you result here and now right away. So after 9 days, we were able to help this company to save at least 45 hours monthly, which helped them to increase their ROI. And in fact, as company board members say, they were able to increase sales by 28%. The third use case which I prepared for you is dedicated to the automation of reporting of the industrial department. This automation was implemented in 1 week and saved around 40 hours per month to this company, with the ROI of $6,300 per annum, which is, by the way, 25% of an annum turnover of this company. As you can see, one of the benefits of RPA is also the fact that we can easily calculate ROI. We can easily calculate the cost of the savings. We can easily calculate amount of time that would be saved by your employees, meaning that also RPA helps you to analyze what kinds of investment you are doing, why you are doing, and what you will be able to measure as an exact result. So this kind of innovative technology is not a kind of big experiment that corporations do. It doesn't work like that. This is technology that is understandable in terms of the results. Talking about different use cases, I can say that we have many, many more. And here I prepared for you just a few examples of companies that we were working in the past, just to give you a brief outlook on the different kind of industries who do automation. So you can see they vary a lot. So we can start from Zara, which is a fashion brand, worldwide known, and finishing with PKP, who are the railway company, or banking sector, PNB Paribas, Metrobank, or FMCG, Red Bull, or such a companies who are needless to explain, like Fujifilm, Ferrero, or DPD or Delphi Technologies. So as far as you can see, the ideas of automation are endless. Talking about the start of introducing an RPA technology into the business, I will mention how to do it step by step. I prepared a short checklist for you, so I will also explain you what to do in case you're just trying to identify the business process that you're trying to automate in your company. But as for now, let's talk about an automation culture. Basically, it is the most important topic today. I know that we are all located on the business side. Nevertheless, this webinar is not only about business. This webinar is not only about the way, what kind of advantages can be generated for business, what kind of business acceleration success we can have, but also a lot about the happiness of our employees. By the end of the day, we're talking about automation culture that helps us to be less tired and more effective, like I was mentioning before, helps us to give all of the repetitive routine job to robots. So human beings, we can focus on something which is more high level, strategical, creative tasks, and so on and so on. I can give you very interesting example from my life far away in 2014 when I was working and living in Singapore and nobody even know about RPA. I mean, it physically didn't exist still this year. So working in this city of innovation, I had no idea that humans and robots will be working closely together already in the next year, in 2015. So that was a great inspiration for me personally when I joined Giant as a software developer company. So to give you a nice example, I can mention that while I'm speaking to you at the moment, my personal robots, my personal virtual assistants, they're doing some job. So one of them, for example, at the moment is focused on the prospecting of the commercial stage. Another one is talking to VC guys. Another one is talking to potential partnerships and looking for the technological alliances online. And the last one, robots of mine right now is recruiting. For example, I can say that this kind of robot is searching for the best talents on the market for Giant. We're always in the process of searching for talents, and this robot works in a very simple way. I set up for him criteria, what kind of person I'm looking for, what kind of job position this person has, the geography of the location of this person, what this person knows, where this person was working. So robot on my behalf is searching for such people online and even contacts them on my behalf. So by the end of the day, you see how many repetitive tasks I am able to get rid of. What does it mean? How do you think if I was forced to do all of that manually at the moment? I honestly don't know if I would have this opportunity to talk to you today. Due to the fact that a lot of repetitive job I can give to my robots, I have a lot of time for doing something nice, for example, webinars for people who are interested in RPA. Talking about automation, it's not only robot and human who are working together. The very important part of automation, in my opinion, is that you can take a robot out of your employee to make human beings more happy at their daily day. I can also tell you that it's not only my previous work with the Everybody here at Giant has their personal robots, small assistants. For example, if we will take commercial department and my commercial team, every single salesperson who is coming to our department is receiving a small virtual employee who is helping this salesperson with lead generation. I'm sure that many of you are leading sales department, or you were selling yourself, or you are selling yourself at the moment. So we all know how much time it takes for salespeople to do lead generation process every single day. I would say that in my practice, from 3 to 4 hours daily. Just imagine how much time we can save for salespeople to do active negotiation, to sign contracts, to work with customers who are requiring active service support. Basically, I would say that that's one of our most popular technology. So lead generation and recruitment online was even put into a separate project, which we called Robotin. Maybe next time I will tell you a little bit more about it. Basically, that's a very nice universal micro automation process that definitely can be used in every single company, because everybody do lead generation, everybody does recruitment, so it can be a perfect match to everybody. But let's come back to the topic of our meeting. I was telling you about the way how we here at Giant, we use robots and how do we work with robots together. But talking about an automation culture, it is important to mention that nobody likes coming to work and see unhappy, tired faces of people. Everybody would like to see happy people who are not overwhelmed with routine, repetitive tasks. In my point of view, automation is satisfaction with the work you do, with satisfaction of your team who is highly motivated by granting some of their repetitive tasks to robots. According to a recent international data corporation research, 80% of decision makers who have adopted robotic process automation provide workers with access to automation tools. And 71% of workers are optimistic about automation and say that they're happy to spend time on more interesting work or get more work completed. Let's talk a little bit about the software itself, because I'm telling you for half an hour already how it can help business, how it can help us to feel happier at work, but how this software automation works. Let me just share with you few sentences, spend 2 minutes. I know I promised today that this webinar will not be technical, but we need to spend a little bit of time over here. Of course, I will be telling about our own technology because this is the technology I know the best. Giant Software are actually 2 platforms. Giant Studio, this is the studio where actually robots can be built, and Giant Orchestrator is the platform when those robots there can be tracked. Just imagine if you have not only one single process automated in your company, but you are having automated department. You are having automated bunch of business processes, meaning that you have not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but more than 10 robots. In this case, you will need an orchestrator. Orchestrator is the tool that helps you to run all of those robots in a bunch of automated tasks. It helps you to track BI analytics according to the robot works, control their efficiency and productivity, and on top of that, being able to set up common time triggers or any other triggers to make them working synchronized. On top of that, for me, it is important to mention that we have a very nice event that happened at the end of this spring. Infotech, that's a British research center, they did an external audit of our company. It was dedicated to the fact that they issued a magical quadrant this year in the RPA field, where Giant was rated as top 4 global developers on the market, meaning that we hope we are able to touch the right ground. So far, let me also talk a little bit about the features of RPA. I would not say this is only Giant RPA. In fact, every single RPA has this kind of unique component which is a very universal integration process, meaning that this kind of software ecosystem can be paired absolutely naturally with any OCR system, with a visualization system, with any AI technology, browser, CRM, ERP system, Microsoft or Google Suites, console application, portals, and so on and so on. Why is that? I would say that when RPA technology came to the market, old-fashioned integrations, which we know them before in the IT world, they are no more relevant. Why? Because RPA technology, it pretends to be a human being and it acts like a human being. That's why it can be so organically paired with every single technology without a classical IT integration, which is, I would say, an additional benefit for our customers who do not have to pay for this integration like we got used to do in the past. On top of that, I promised you today that we will be talking about the way how to start your automation journey. And I prepared for you a very small checklist just describing you how our customer, they usually start cooperating with us. By the way, I think this kind of scenario can be universal for any kind of RPA joint venture. And how do we usually start this implementation scenario? First of all, any single customer who wants to start RPA needs to identify this repetitive process, like I was telling to you before. In order to do it, you can just take a piece of paper or work in any kind of online mind maps, which are a lot nowadays, and start building your business process step by step, how it looks and what it does. If you don't know how to do it or you have any troubles, of course, we are always able to help you. We have business process analysts who are very focused on doing this kind of analysis for our customers. So usually we start cooperation with our new members on the customer client board with business process analysis. By the way, I promised that I will have a little bit of presents for you today. And for those people who are here with me at the moment, who are attending this webinar, in case you will be interested not only to hear about RPA, to investigate it, because I know that there are a lot of business people who joined us today and you do not have only the goal to be curious and to know a little bit about innovative technology, but you also have absolutely straightforward business goals, which you are dedicated to understand today how do you start with RPA. So if you are interested, I am happy to say that for the webinar attendance, this business process analysis can be done for free. You can easily approach me after the webinar. I will give you one of our business processes RPA analysis that you will be working with. If you would like to work directly with me, which is also possible because from time to time I take on board the most interesting and exciting projects, so don't hesitate to tell me. Let's talk about it and let's analyze. Maybe I will be project by myself. Talking about the next steps of the first automation stages, I must say that talking about the business effectiveness before we're starting every single process, we must calculate ROI. Why? Because it is very important. Customer, before doing any kind of RPA automation, must understand what would be the actual outcome of this project. What would be the cost saving? What would be amount of hours that we're saving? What would be the amount of ROI percentage and many other parameters that we're talking about, but this kind of calculation would help you to make the final decision at this stage, whether I'm going with RPA further or it doesn't make sense to me at this point of the business. On top of that, if we're talking not about small and medium business, if we're talking to the customer from big corporation, from time to time, we're talking to C-suite level managers. So over here, for you guys, this is very important to show this kind of calculation to your boss and to have this kind of proof that this kind of technology can have a good ROI rate by the end of the day. Talking about the further steps, it is also important to mention that we also provide trainings to your developers in case if you would like to use your own IT team. I know that many businesses at the moment, they have even their own RPA teams. So if you would like to learn how to do robots yourself, we're happily provide those trainings for your IT teams, and we help you to start creating them from scratch on our software platforms. And of course, we actually assist you all the time with your first trials, and we help to deliver the first results. This is necessary because RPA is very much goes aligned with the satisfaction of routine processes that are no longer belongs to you or neither belong to your employees. Okay, excellent. I think we were able to understand how do we start with an RPA journey, meaning that if you're interested, you can easily contact me. Also, I prepared for you a small business card where you can find my contact data. By the way, in case you have your own IT team or you are an IT specialist yourself, there is another one bonus which I'm happy to grant today to the visitors of this webinar. This is a 1 month of free non-commercial license usage, meaning that if you are curious to know a little bit more about our technology and to try it into the sandbox, I can grant it for you absolutely free of charge. Just approach me after the webinar. Over here you can see my Gmail, you can see my mobile phone, you can see my LinkedIn page. So I am absolutely open for any kind of RPA discussion. I'm very happy to talk to like-minded people who are keen on innovative technologies and who are keen to know a little bit more about robots. On top of that, guys, if you're having this QR code application, or if you're having an iPhone and a device who is friendly with QR codes, you can scan this code, and all of my personal data, all of my contacts, they will appear on your device automatically. So basically, that's it. I see that we are very close to the end of our webinar, meaning that now it is your turn to address to me your questions if you have any. While you're thinking about your questions, I would like to share with you that I am last time very obsessed about the brain research, and I've heard that usually, on average, it takes people from 5 to 7 seconds to ask their question. If we're talking about introverts, this is twice more. And as the last research shows, there are a lot of conferences like ours, for example, which is held online. So if we're talking about Google Meets, Skype, if we're talking about Zoom conference, if we're talking about Microsoft Teams, you can count this time even twice more for the people who are going to address to you a question. But on the other hand, there is also an ethical question. If your boss or a teacher, of course, I'm not your boss or a teacher, I'm just a person who is sharing some kind of business experience today. But if your boss or your teacher is asking, address to me your question, does it mean that I'm really obliged to have a question, or do I have my right to say that everything is absolutely clear to me? How do you think, guys? Okay, let's wait a few more seconds for any questions if we will have in the audience. We have here a person who always feels that she needs to have a question. Oh, that's a nice one. Who do you prefer to work with, human or with robots? That's a tough question. I would be very unethical if I would choose any of the sides. Let me answer as follows. I prefer to work with humans who are not robots anymore because they were able to use the force of robotic process automation. Let's see if anybody else wants to ask a question. I think we have just a few minutes left. Yes, here is another one. Do you think that robots can be as much effective as people? Well, I would say that it depends on the task, really, because like we discussed, talking about strategical decisions, talking about creative tasks, talking about something which is very high level, I believe that it will never be done by robots, at least in the next 20, 30 years. That's my personal opinion. But talking about repetitive tasks, some easygoing task, for example, scanning invoices and putting them into CRM, or automating of applications or mailings, definitely it can be done much faster than the human being is doing that. While you will be scanning one invoice, robot can send 100. So if we're talking about basic repetitive processes, definitely yes. I would say that one of the most important factors over here is an absence of any operational mistakes, which can be met very often when these tasks are done by humans, unfortunately. How long does it take to prepare a robot? Well, I would say that this is very universal and it depends on every single specific process, because process can be very short. For example, copy paste message and send it to Excel sheet or to CRM. These robots can be prepared for you, I think, in less than 24 hours. If we're talking about some very complicated high-level business process that consists of many stages, for example, you are also implementing many internal systems into the process. Let's take an example of my favorites and very common accounting automation. If you would like to automate the process and you would like that the Sage, for example, is being the part of this process, then your CRM is being another part of this process. And by the end of the day, some kind of BI analytics will be the last part of this process. It will take much more time because this kind of automation is very complicated, but as you saw from our use cases, complicated automation may be done in maximum 10, I would say 15 days. If we're talking about the whole automation of departments or overall automation of the company, then it can be done in, I think, several weeks up to 1 month if we're talking about an automation of an international business. So don't treat me wrong, it can really depends on the way how you would like to do this RPA implementation. Okay, I would like to have a robot that builds relationships and sells. What do you think? Mariusz, I believe that it can be a great match with our type of technology. I've mentioned very briefly during my speech that this is exactly the technology that giant salespeople and giant commercial departments are using. Well, it's needless to say that I use it by myself. I have robots who are working with partnerships, because partnership, this is also a part of sale, right? With technical alliances. I have robot who is working with VC, because venture capital is also a part of some kind of business sale. And on top of that, I have robots who are working directly with prospects, who are working with potential customers. So these kind of robots, there can be set up according to your trigger, meaning that first of all, you will have to talk with business processes analyst that will have to understand your business, that will have to understand who is your customer, what kind of geography do you have over there, and then set up a kind of target audience carefully picked up that would be pairing with your business. As soon as this target audience is set up, robot can start searching for these kinds of people. And on top of that, if you want to, robots can also start approaching these people on your behalf. So you will join this conversation already at the moment when a robot will give you a sign that there is an interest also from the other side. And we have this kind of automations done within our project, which is called Roboting. That's an elementary sales and recruitment automations that can be done on the social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So whenever you will be interested in knowing more about it, just approach me after this conversation. I will send you some materials, and I will forward you our amazing ebook, which we created especially for people who want to get inspired of how to generate business on social media. Okay, we have a project. I will send you information. Excellent. Mariusz, thank you so much indeed for sharing this. I will be looking forward and will be gladly looking forward to talk to you soon. Excellent. I think we are already far beyond our time for today, which means this session was very productive and very busy. I would like to thank all of you for joining me today. We're staying in touch. Don't forget that as a participant of this webinar, you are granted with free business processes analysis. You are granted with the free non-commercial 1 month usage license of Giant Software in case you are more IT-minded person or you would like to give your IT people this kind of trial. So far, I would like to wish you an amazing day ahead. I would like to thank you for being with me today. Let's stay in touch. Cheers.